What's good, guys? We are here at... What are we doing? We're whipping up some wine. We're trying to get our cooking up, you feel me? Whipping up the cooking, you hear me? One clicking, bam, bam, you know what I'm saying? Getting the cooking going. But anyways, we're about to watch this video. It's called... How many bots are there in old school Runescape?
In the past few weeks, old school Runescape...
Okay. So we're going to be doing this while we watch the video, I guess. Okay, let's see.
Runescape has been hitting record numbers of players, but under every celebration post there are many people all saying the same thing. That it's all just bots. Now I'm not sure that's the only reason, but it's no secret that RuneScape has an ongoing fight against botting. It's an iconic part of this game, and Jackets don't hide anything about this fight. In fact, they're as open as they ever have been, with bot busting streams and more data on bans than ever before. But they can't answer the biggest question. How many players in old school RuneScape are bots? And I want to find out. So I'm conducting an independent investigation into old school RuneScape botting, and the premise is simple. If you could take a snapshot of the average old school RuneScape world and analyze each individual account, you could probably get a pretty reasonable gauge of what proportion of the world was botting. Now I can't take that snapshot, but what I can do is run around the entire map and find as many people on one world as possible and keep a record of who I find.
Oh my god, this dude's a maniac. Bro, these guys are too good at the game, you feel me? Deposit all. Sorry guys, I'm trying, bro. I'm trying. So this dude's better run around the whole map. Go ahead.
A RuneScape census of sorts. Now for this to be anywhere near accurate, I need some rules. Players will only be recorded when I enter a new area for the first time. If a player logs in during my stay or runs into me in an area I've already mapped, that will not count. That stops me from essentially double mapping an area and maintaining the snapshot methodology. I also need the world population to be relatively stable. So I'm only going to be using these regular German worlds. I will only carry out this investigation when the...
Dude, this guy is crazy. Okay.
The world population is between 450 and 550 people. Every single account I find will be recorded and scrutinized, and hopefully from this I'll get a better idea of the botting in old school RuneScape. Okay, here we are, beginning our first session of investigation. Now for this to work, I have to run over the entire world. I'm going to cut the world into sections, and because I'm the most curious about the wilderness, I'm going to start in the wilderness. It is... is a breeding ground for botting, and I guess I'll just get started. I am on world 457 and we're just going to start looking. I have to go everywhere for this to make sense, to try and get as many people included in this survey as possible. And yeah, that means absolutely everywhere, up every single ladder. I'm hoping I find some people in some very weird places. Oh, here we go, our first people on the list, green dragons, looking very suspicious. I will scrutinize every account, but this is one of the oldest botting spots in the world. Yes, 96 range, 16 prayer. These do not look legit to me. Upon further inspection, I'm very confident that all 6 of those accounts are botting. I know it might look silly that I'm just running up and making a decision, but there are a lot of indicators that tell you if somebody is botting, from what they're wearing, to their movement, to their high scores, or even dropping items on the floor in front of them. For example, I'm so confident that this guy's botting Hunter that I can drop a twisted bow on the ground, and I just know he's not going to pick it up. I'm also logging everyone's name in a spreadsheet so I can keep track of them for the next week and see what they...
Whoa, this dude. Whoa, this dude's next level, okay.
If they keep doing the same activity for 100 hours, they're probably botting. Or better still, if they get banned at a later date, it's all evidence that I can use in my investigation. Is there somebody? Come on! Yes! First real player on old school RuneScape, level 70. Wow, I'm hoping this is a real player. Maybe some people just play like a bot, man. Oh no, I'm gonna be suspicious of everyone in this game now. I'll give you food, where are you going? Come on, you need to prove that you're a real person. What? Look, no! What is this? What is this? What's going on this world? No one's typing. This is also incredibly suspicious. 99 mage, 100 mage, What is going on? No. Right, this looks scripted. What the hell was that? The account they are attacking, level 111 thieving. Obviously a thieving bot. But as for the accounts themselves, they all had over 99 mage. All were dressed the same and moving in unison. Honestly, I've never seen anything like it. If that was a bot farm attacking a bot farm, that is incredible. Okay, so it's been a week. I've looked up these accounts. They've gained about 3 more magic level.
Oh my gosh, bro. He came back a week later. Dude, this guy's a psychopath.
Each, and I can't really make sense of what was going on there, so I've excluded these accounts from the investigation, but I thought I'd show it just because it looked interesting. If you know more about this, let me know. Where are you going, sir? Yeah, this guy has 105 magic. He was a lava dragon bot that got banned a week later. You know what? I'm happy I'm being PK'd. Every time I find a real player, it's like a win for the game. Another way to guarantee that players are bots is to get them talking. Obviously, if they don't talk, it doesn't mean that they're a bot, but if they do talk, it instantly means I can move on. I'm currently combing the wilderness in strips. My minimap needs to pass over every bit of terrain in the game, and I am deleting the covered ground in paint to keep track. Very high tech. Is that green D hide? He has 41 range, the perfect stats for wildy medium. I don't buy it because he's max melees. This is insane. Oh, got a player. Oh. I just said got a player. It's got 26,000 spindle. This guy's inside too. Wait, that's 26,000 spindle again. So these guys were front page on the high scores. A week later, they have been banned, which is good news. The bad news is that everyone on here is also a bot. 26,000 spindle is about 2 billion GP. That's another stat I'm going to try and keep track of to see how much these bots are making for their owners on this world. Lava Dragons, 109 mage, 97 mage. This guy as well, 106 mage. Oh my god. This is insane. They're all in exactly the same gear. Okay, the highest one, 26,000 Callisto in there. I suppose this is where it's a bit difficult because they could just be gold farming South Americans. It's a similar thing at the Rev Caves. It's difficult to tell whether bot or gold farmer. And if you go PK here, you know there's tons of bots. And I'm trying to sort of mix it up in the statistics to get a reasonable reflection. I asked Reese for his opinion. He spent a hell of a lot of time PKing in the wilderness. And if you PK and check for yourself, I mean, look at this guy. His prayers are lighting up like a flipping Christmas tree, aren't they? Alright, prepare for chins because it's going to be bad. We've got 1-2 already. 107 Hunter. 109 Hunter. Dude, so that's 7. They're all on the same tile, man. These are not real players. That's insane. Okay, moving on. I'm of course not going to show every single player. I'm going to keep it to the highlights and the problem areas. But now the wilderness is completed. On to the rest of the game. Surely it's got to be better than this, surely. I'm excited to run into some real players now. No way, the next guy I see, please. 89 mining, oh my god. Yes, I finally caught a Rune miner. This guy's looking chill, inconspicuous, 79 mil hunter. I really do mean that I'm going everywhere in this game. I'm ashamed to say that I've harassed this guy for 5 minutes doing dig sites, and he hasn't even flinched. Right, they're going to run, they're going to stop, and then speak to the man. They never ever click on the man. This guy's a bot. Oh my god, I just watched him do the same thing. 10 times in a row. 10 mil, brother. 10 mils in it if you manage to trade me. Come on. They won't. Just some gargoyle bots in every single world. Nothing to see here. Why is this guy 89 agility at Canthus? This one has 102 agility. What? He's been doing this course for like 1,000 hours for Amylase. I just logged into someone else's account for a content creator thing, and I'm always baffled about how people use their F keys. Personally, I'd escape for inventory, F1 for air, F2 mage, and F3 for the spec. And I've never met anyone with that combination. But now I can celebrate my superior setup with this brand new keycap set from Creator Crafted. They've got a super slick metal design, and you can set up your F keys however you want them, but there is only one correct way. The set also comes with a keycap puller, which makes things really easy to swap your keycaps in and out, and what better way to personalize your keyboard than with old school Runescape F keys. And Creator Crafted aren't stopping there. They just dropped a brand new squirrel statue and also have a huge clearance sale going on. There are loads of iconic pieces in here, and once they're gone, they're never coming back. So go and have a look and see if you can snag anything for cheap. There's so much cool stuff, and I've always loved Creator Crafted products. So click on my link in the description or use code BOT for an additional 10% off and bring your love of RuneScape to life. One problem I have is the treatment of instances in this investigation. People could be inside the Third Trip Blood right now. I have no way to tell. What I'm going to do is wait here for 15 minutes and see who comes out. If people come out, I'll count them. Oh, he's probably doing the quest. It looks like he's doing the quest. I think he would have been in a cutscene. Okay, we can add that +1 to the count. Oh, you already know this is going to be the gold mine. Yeah, I just went to confirm, but pretty much every world there's a big bloodshot fever. What is this 96 fire making? On this. No one ever wants money, and they're on repeat getting 96 fire making and nothing else. What a strange playstyle. What do we think about this guy's Barrows KC? Let's see. 930. Oh, 942. There's a guy here in Dragon on every single world. Just got you, Runecrafter, going to the ring. 105 runecrafting, of course. Hey, a real player. Backshagger. When you're nice to people, they genuinely type back. Also, I'm on a pretty recognizable name, and if you just type a load of stuff to someone, eventually they are going to crack. And most of the time they do. It's always the ones you most expect not to reply that don't end up replying. I appreciate this does come across as, oh, just trust me, bro. But I've linked every single name and what they were doing in a spreadsheet underneath this video. That's what I was using to keep track of things. And I genuinely am trying my best to make this as accurate as possible. This is an interesting one. Z1 here in the tent was actually botting Desert Treasure, but I wasn't sure. I come back a week later, and wouldn't you know, massive mage level, and it's been turned into a Callisto bot. I just put this in there if you're less familiar with botting. People absolutely do bot quests. They bot every single stage of the process, which is why it's so hard for Jagex. A lot of the legacy botting spots are still thriving, so that's dragons, any sort of slayer monster, pyramid plunder, Poro, absolutely infested right now. We've got 112 runecrafters, air orbs, and every single chin spot in this game has a bot standing at it. 123 hunter, 125 hunter, that's a new PB, 175 mil. The other types of bots are the bots in the pipeline, looking forward to making money in the future. This mostly takes place in free-to-play as far as I understand, but for the members' skills, they obviously are forced into members. Again, even the questing seems like it's automated. Oh no, he's got the beacon. He won't reply with the beacon. It means Eagle's beak. It means chips. Ooh, some low-level furnace and joys. Probably cannonballs or crafting. What is it? Let's see here. 108 smithing. It's cannonballs. And nobody ever wants the whip. 110 agility. Agility pyramid. What? 110. That is 1,400 hours of agility pyramid, by the way. Wait, who is this? Renio Riff. What? Is this guy botting? Do these things even drop anything good? I'm in like the Softenham dungeon. Yeah, there's someone here on pretty much every single world with 110 range. Okay, TOA, I'm gonna wait by the exit and see who comes out again for like 10 minutes or so. No replies, 600 experts, cheap gear, no other boss cases.
Dang, this is crazy.
Yeah, 1 week later they have 970 KC. Yeah, not legit. Level 40, Lumbridge bag. This. What's it gonna be? 112 thieving! You might be fooled by something like this out in the wild. 111, reasonably cheap gear. High level quest, high level gamer. No boss KCs though. 109 strength, 108 range. What's he been doing this whole time? Oh, he's been custom made for tormented demons. Compared to this guy, I just know X-Twink is not a bot. Watch this. There we go. Similar thing in Demonics, this guy actually fooled me for a bit, but when you look at the stats, all they've done are MM2 stats or a main account. They're not an Iron Man. You can spam them, you can harass them, but they're never going to reply. Varrock is going to be a spicy one. We have a level 28 fletching. What could their fletching level be? 126. He's 200 mil! I'm just going to have to get as many names as possible and then go back through the recording for the G.
This is crazy.
We do have some bot-looking guys up here. 116 fletching. This guy's alking. 114 mage. Another 116 fletching guy here. 101 crafting. When you come to the Edgefield Dungeon Earth Warriors, it's rude not to bring your cash stack. Amethyst mining, a classic. This guy, let's have a look. 123. Yes, I got the Runebox bots. Oh, there's so many Runebocks and I keep missing them. It's so annoying. Finally, some on the board. There's so many people at Motherload. People actually enjoy this. I hate Motherload so much. Okay, that guy. All right, okay. Maybe. Maybe like half of them are bots. 106 mining. What's this one? 106 mining. We do have some legit players though. What am I seeing here, bro? There's no way. Okay, this is my favourite person I've found so far. Oh, I'm smiling. I've actually found the Turbo Champion. Of course, not everyone is necessarily directly botting moneymakers. Some people bot just to train their accounts and some to sell on their accounts later. What is this? In the middle of nowhere, I found somebody. Hey, it's a real player too. Good evening, gents. Two things. What's the thieving level? 125 and 120.
Why don't they... Why doesn't the JX do something about this, right? I guess they're in on it, right? They must be in on it. Because they could have stopped it, right? I don't know.
D2. This guy got body runes. I'm just sat out here and they've got to do the walk of shame in front of me. No bots though, thank God. Something tells me this guy's about to drop the cleanest Bandos of all time. Oh wow, he used to have a Barrows addiction as well. No! It's level 96. Wait for it. Oh! I'm taking my job extremely seriously. To the edge of the earth, my friends. Oh, we're in for a ride. Mastering mixology. We've got 4 gents right here. 110 Herblore. Nice. Just managed to snag a bot going into Colosseum. 73 Colosseum done. The Perilous Moons. This boy looks poor. Why is he poor when he's done 2,000 lunar chests, you might ask? 1,000? I've been doing some Huey, and this is partly inspired this video. I know this guy is going to have a ton of KC, yeah, over 1,000. And they actually go in to fight it privately, so I will never know how many Huey bots are running right now. I think Gem Crab is the most populated area in this game. I'm just going to take these names down and assume they're all real people. Ooh, no. 110 rune crafting. Oh no. Oh no! 8!
Dang.
105 fishing. 105 fishing. 102 fishing. 105 fishing.
Dang, bro.
102 fishing. 105 fishing. Last mining, I bet my house that no real players do this. It's a bot, level 58 surely. 120 mining, 113 mil XP, that is crap. 2,000 KC! That's actually quite a lot of gear for a bot to be risking, so Yama bots are printing. Oh, another one popped up. 3,000 KC, rank 325. Wait, who is this? Giga Miner 107 mining, man. And now the whole map has been filled in. I've literally covered every inch of ground in old school RuneScape. I'm not done though, because there are some accounts that I am unsure of, and I'm going to wait a week to see what those accounts do before making a decision on them. Right, so on an average world of about 500 people, I managed to find 423 players. Now this shortfall was expected. It's impossible for me to see inside instances with houses, nightmare zone, quests, and so many bosses. It is impossible to get everyone registered. And I'd say 423 out of about 500 is about what you'd expect from the whole viewable map. On to the real question, how many do you think were bots? I asked my audience this, and they think somewhere in the 20% to 30%. Of the 423 players, I'm unsure about 14. I think 223 were real players and 186 were bots. That means by my investigation, 44% of my average typical old school RuneScape world were determined to be bots. And I stand by this figure, it's definitely over 40%. And that completely shocked me. It was more than I was expecting, it's more than the average person expects. But actually running around the game and experiencing every area for myself, I genuinely do believe the botting is around 40%. Now obviously my results are subject to variance, they're not super concrete. I've only done this one time. It's not really realistic to extend this analysis across the entire game. You've got free to play, which definitely sees more than average botting. Total level worlds probably see very little botting. Themed worlds like Last Man Standing are rampant with bots, but then again you've got forestry worlds which probably see lower bot counts. There are a lot of not average worlds when it comes to this stuff. Now just for fun, and because I said I would, I've done some very dodgy, very napkin maths to try and figure out how much revenue these bots have generated for their owners. For example here, I've got a thieving bot making 2.5 GP per XP, which is about what you get at Rogue's Chest. And I've done this for every activity in the game, and all the bots I saw have made a grand total of about 64 bill before any sort of costs to their owners on this world. The next question is, has botting gotten worse? And yes, I think so. I don't think it was 40% like a couple of years ago. You can see it in game, you can feel it anecdotally, you can see it on social media as well. I think a better question is, how much of old school RuneScape's player growth can be attributed to a rise in botting? Now I want you to look at this graph of the player numbers. This is 2025, pulled from misplaceditems.com. And as you can see, we really start popping off around May. And I want you to remember that May is the beginning of this ascendancy, because
Man, that's when I started playing the games, man.
We're going to have a look at some other graphs. Let's go and see what the markets have been doing. Voidwaker Gem, May, falls off a cliff. Same with Super Compost. This is an indication of how much the wilderness bosses are botted. Red Chinchompers have always been between 1500 and 2k for years going back. Broke down from May to all-time lows in the 700s. Same thing with Black Chinchompers, this is even worse. It's a fall off in May. Blood Shards, May downturn. Sunfire Splinters, 400 in May, under 100 now, 3 months later. Granite Balls.
How does that mean that bots are... How does that work?
Also a good gargoyle bot indicator, now a third of the price. Zenites also crashed down from May. Air Orbs, always been pretty consistent, always been botted since the beginning of time. In May, broke away to crazy lows of 600. Coconuts, a third of the price since May. That's a big Curiosity indicator. And papaya fruits, even bigger indicator, 2k down to 600 GP. That's a quarter of the price since May. Remember, Curiosities have been in the game since the game came out. Whiteberries, another Curiosity indicator, May, complete fall off. Bile Ashes, a big rogue chest indicator here, 200 in May. They're now 20 GP each. And rogue chests were out for all this time. May, huge fall off. Red Spider Eggs pumped into the game by Rogue's Chest as well, fallen to pieces since May. And you can see the trends for yourself. Any area that I've been to in the game that had a lot of bots has had massive price dumps. The bond price has also been pretty stable throughout this year, meaning that there's not been any extra financial incentives behind getting more bots going since May. After seeing everything that I've seen, it's tough to say that bots haven't helped this increase in player count. How much they've increased it, I don't know, but I think it's probably pretty significant. I think the main question is what actually happened here in the botting world in May, and I see two answers. Either Jagex changed how they detect bots and more are getting through, or the bots made an advancement and have gone on a rampage. I don't have the answers to that. I don't even know how a bot actually works. I was just personally curious about how many people bought in old school, so I did the analysis. Might have been a bit janky, but I feel like I might have opened some of your eyes to how prevalent it is in old school RuneScape. Before you go, do not forget to check...
What the heck, bro? That was crazy. So, hope you all enjoy the video. That was freaking wild, bro. 40%, bro? Dang, bro. He said they made 64 bill. That's like... You know what I'm saying? That's ridiculous. Okay. I'll see y'all in a second, you heard?